Hi, my name is Natasha Tracy, and this is Breaking Bipolar at healthyplace.com. So today I want to talk a little bit about being honest with your psychiatrist. What I always tell people is that if you're not honest with your psychiatrist, they can't help you. If they don't know what's wrong, what could they possibly do to address it? And recently, I had a moment where I had to decide if I was going to be honest with my psychiatrist. Recently, I did something kind of dumb. I was medication non-compliant. I decided, spur of the moment, to stop taking one of my medications. And I did have reasons for this, although the reasons weren't very good. And what I found is that it sort of immediately induced a very bad hypomanic episode, which then induced a very severe depression. And it took a month for me to put my brain back together after that all happened. All in all, it was a dumb move on my part. So when my next psychiatry appointment came up, I had to decide if I was actually going to tell my psychiatrist that I had done this dumb thing or not. I had gone back on the medication and things were basically back at a baseline, and so I didn't really have to tell him. I could kind of ignore it. But I chose to be honest with him. In the end, I didn't really want to. I didn't really want to admit to it, and I was kind of embarrassed, but I admitted to it anyways. Because there's a point when you go off medication. There's a reason why you do it, and those reasons actually do matter. The fact that you had that thought process that led you to that particular point and having that particular action is important for your psychiatrist to know. Even if your mental health has gotten back on track, it's still important that he understand or she understand that you did it and why you did it. It gives them more insight as to how things are going for you, and it gives them more insight as to how they can make things better for you. And so my psychiatrist actually didn't react very much at all when I told him. I was expecting these scorning looks, but he actually didn't give me any of those. So he may have had scorning looks in his head, but on the outside he was fine. So even though I kind of dreaded telling him, in the end it turned out to be sort of nothing. He made a note in my file, I would imagine, that it occurred, but he didn't take it personally or get upset about it or do any of the things that I was worried that he would do. So in the end, being honest with him, not only was it not detrimental to me, but I think in the end was probably helpful for me. So what I learned is that even though sometimes we don't want to talk to our psychiatrists, and I completely get it, and I understand it, and I think it's normal, and there are lots of reasons not to want to talk to a psychiatrist, honestly, in the end, it's the only real way you can facilitate a respectful and trusting relationship with another individual, be they a doctor or, say, your partner. So that's what I learned. I'm Natasha Tracy, and this is Breaking Bipolar.